Hi, my name is Chloe Vendimia, and our group speech is on hunger in the Mahoning Valley. Imagine not being able to reach into your refrigerator and pull out a snack. Think about the mornings when you forget to eat your breakfast and your stomach's growling the whole morning. Imagine not being able to express that feeling. You have no food and you are hungry all day, every day. This is the reality for almost a sixth of the world's population. Is there any good news? Yes, there is. There are many ways for us to reduce world hunger. Today we are going to talk to you about facts about hunger in the Mahoning Valley, programs in the area to help fight it, reasons and causes for hunger and poverty, also how schools in our area are helping out. According to the Second Harvest Food Bank, 1 in 6 people in the Mahoning Valley face hunger. In the article in The Vindicator titled, Hunger Rate in the Valley Soars, 9,800 people receive emergency food assistance each week by a food pantry, soup kitchen, or food bank, such as the Second Harvest Food Bank. 32% of families are in need of assistance since 2006 to 2010 when the study was done. The Second Harvest Food Bank serves about 58,000 annually. In the Columbiana, Trumbull, and Mahoning counties, the area served by the Second Harvest Food Bank, more than 70% of recipient households are experiencing hunger. I personally experienced working in the Second Harvest Food Bank through my high school. We did we did it twice. So we went in fall and then we went in the spring, and it was a really humbling experience. We got to see how many people, just a little bit of food served each week, and we got to see the people come in and get it, and it was really rewarding. Also, my church is St. Vincent de Paul, and we got to work in the soup kitchen, and we got to serve people, and you got to see how grateful everybody really was for just you helping out and just serving them. So it was a really humbling experience, and I try to do it about every year so I can help the valley as much as possible.
My name is Sarah Patrick, and I'm going to be talking about the organizations and the programs in the Mahoning Valley that are helping fight hunger. Some of the organizations are the Second Harvest Food Bank, the St. Vincent de Paul Soup Kitchen, the Salvation Army of Youngstown, and Project Feed Our Valley. The Second Harvest Food Bank. The Second Harvest Food Bank's mission is to distribute food to Columbiana, Trumbull, and Mahoning counties. The Second Harvest Food Bank corresponds and distributes to 153 agencies. A lot of these agencies include churches. The Second Harvest Food Bank also offers a mobile pantry for people with no access to them, such as people who live in rural areas who don't have very well transportation. The Second Harvest Food Bank also created the backpack program for children. It ensures that children still get food over, like spring break or holidays or weekends when they're not in school. Food drives and events. The Second Harvest Food Drive conducts food drives with local businesses. They have boxes placed around the area. Some of the local businesses that currently have boxes are Starbucks, CVS, and Sparkle, and the boxes also include a list of the most needed items in the area. The Second Harvest Food Bank also holds golf outings to help raise money. They created this Stamp Out Hunger event, which is where you leave any food that you have by your mailbox, and your mail carrier will then take it to the Second Harvest Food Bank. They also hold 5K runs to honor and help support the Second Harvest Food Bank. This picture shows the hardship that families are facing in Ohio. It shows nationally that Ohio ranks 20th out of the 50 states that are facing a hardship of hunger, and within the Ohio metro areas, Youngstown ranks number 3, which is very high. This picture also shows the stats about hunger in Ohio. More than 1 in 6 Ohioans seek help from emergency pantries every year. 55% of these are adults, but 30% are children, which is pretty significant. 55% eat food past its expiration date. Another organization is the Soup Kitchen. The Soup Kitchen makes and serves hot food daily. They serve 100,000 people in Youngstown annually, and last year they served 90,000 hot meals to the community. The Salvation Army. The Salvation Army of Youngstown offers sit-down meal programs, food pantries. They also have a mobile meal pantry for people who do not have good transportation, and community gardens. The Salvation Army provides assistance from children all the way to senior citizens. They offer food and nutrition programs to ensure proper health and to teach people what they should be eating. The Salvation Army also has the Red Kettle program, which is when they ring the bells during the holiday times. Another project is Project Feed Our Valley. It's promoted by the 21 WFMJ news station. It works in correspondence with the Second Harvest Food Bank. This project's purpose is to educate people about hunger in their community, but they also have a call to action, which is to raise donations of food and money. This project has helped distribute more than 40,000 pounds of food per day between Mahoning, Columbiana, and Trumbull counties.
My name is Jared Patrick, and mine's on causes and reasons for hunger. There can be many reasons why hunger is such a big issue in this county. These are lack of jobs, economy, food waste, and poor crops. Unemployment rate. The unemployment rate in Mahoning County is higher than the average of the United States. The average unemployment rate for the United States is 5.5%. The unemployment rate in Mahoning County is 6.6%. Higher unemployment rate means more people go hungry. Economy. Lack of grocery stores in economically depressed areas. There are a lack of grocery stores in economically depressed areas. Most grocery stores are located in the suburbs, which lack of transportation among the poor make it harder to get food. 1 in 6 people in Mahoning Valley face hunger every day. Food waste. This picture is great at showing the food waste in the United States. The average American throws away 209 to 254 pounds of edible food each year. 30 to 50% of the food that makes it to the supermarket shelves is thrown away in the homes of people that purchase it. 40% of the food in the United States is never eaten. In the United States, 5%, if we wasted 5% less food, we could feed 4 million Americans. And in 2010, discarded food represents the single largest component of municipal solid waste reaching landfills and incinerators. Poor crops. Climate and weather affects how much food crops will bring us. The current drought in California is killing crops. Less crops means less food, and the prices will go up on food. Having poor crops in a single state affects the entire county.
Hello, my name is Joya Humphreys, and my topic is to discuss how schools take a part in this. I'm going to start you off with a quote that I found very interesting. Robert Butler, an elementary school teacher, quotes, "This is America. We have tons of food, and it makes no sense for people to go hungry." Now I'm going to discuss why schools participate in fighting hunger. One of the biggest reasons is because more than half of public school students come from a low-income family. Being that they come from a low-income family means that they don't have a lot of money or food, transportation to get the food. This is seen by teachers and administration every single day that they go to school. According to Hunger in Schools, 3 out of 4 public school teachers say students come to school hungry on a daily basis, which is crazy to think. And 81% of teachers say that this happens at least once a week or more. Now I'm going to discuss how the schools are participating in fighting hunger. They do a lot of things to participate. They do things such as school-wide food drives. They organize volunteers and set groups for people to go and work in either a church or anywhere around the community for local food banks. They have school gardens actually to provide students with fresh produce that can't always afford that in the family, because most of the time the low-income families, if they do have like the money to get food, it's not always healthy. They deliver food at the doorstep without ever communicating with the family or even saying who dropped it off. They just go ahead and deliver it. And they provide students at school food such as breakfasts, and then they also provide them with packed food to take home over the weekend. They serve breakfast as a part of school. Instead of doing it, like I know a lot of schools used to do that before the school day started, but they just recently started doing it as like a part of the actual school day, meaning like before they even start their first period, they offer a free breakfast for all students in class. Most teachers would say that this is the most important meal of the day and one of the best ways to help the students, because according to the Hunger in Our Schools, teachers see a major difference in students who eat breakfast and those who don't. I also found that on Hunger in Our Schools, students who do eat breakfast show a 73% better attention in class, 53% better attendance, and they have 48% fewer disciplinary problems just by eating breakfast. Now I'm going to talk in particular how do Mahoning County schools participate in fighting hunger. The Monterey School in Mahoning Valley runs food drives for the Second Harvest Food Bank of the Mahoning Valley's Harvest for Hunger. They do this every year, this year being their 24th year. So obviously it's pretty successful year after year. They raise money and they have food drives, usually through the months of March and April, to help stock up for the summer and the spring. And sometimes it's kind of hard to get people involved in this because they're not really aware of all the different factors that go into play. So they do a lot of different things, like offer free things for those who do fill up a Harvest for Hunger donation bag of non-perishable food items. Some of the ways that they do this is, I know the Carpetsmith in Poland and Struthers area will clean a carpet in one room for free when they buy at least 2 rooms the month of April and donate so many cans of food, which is a great way to help people get involved. The Blue Sky Therapy in Cantfield runs the Biggest Loser in the food drive competition, and they donate at least $1 to the food bank for every weight loss pound and every pound of food collected. In my high school, we also did stuff like this. Like we would have technology days. If you brought 2 different cans in, you get to use your phone, trying to do something to like make it more fun for people to get involved. It really helps out. How successful are they in the Mahoning Valley? Well, just in 2014, the Harvest for Hunger raised over $175,000 and collected 60,000 pounds of food, which is equivalent to 1 million meals for the Mahoning Valley, which is a lot of food if you think about that. Also, I have spent numerous times at soup kitchens, volunteering my time to feed those in need, and I have to say that is probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Just to see their faces and how appreciative they are, it really makes a big difference. So hopefully you can think the same way after learning some of this, and I'm gonna get Frankie.
Hi, my name is Frankie, and in conclusion, world hunger is found throughout our everyday lives. Hunger in Mahoning Valley area exists, but there are numerous options that everyone can do to help. We touched on local food banks that help, how poverty affects those in need of food and how school systems in our area are making the change to help those in need. For example, schools will do things such as the early morning breakfast, sending food home on the weekends for holidays to assure that everybody is eating. Because teachers see this every day, and it has to be really hard on them and not eating can affect their ability to learn. And also, a few things to remember: many places in the community care to help to fight hunger. And there's over 153 organizations that also help collect and distribute food in our area. And the most important thing is to educate the community, because if the community does not know what's going on, but just by the statistics, you can see that there's a lot of people that are going hungry, and we have to do everything we can to help these people. Sometimes we think that we're always going to have food at our table, and sometimes you don't think about the people who don't have those easy things that when we wake up, there's breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's some people that don't have that, so we have to think about them and how we could help them, because it really does make a difference when there's a plate of food in front of them. Schools in the Mahoning Valley area do everything they can to provide for their students. There are many options for everybody to help. For example, you don't have to just go to soup kitchens to help. You could participate in things at school, such as simply getting a food canned item and bringing it to school to participate to help these people have food in front of them. And lastly, I will leave you with a quote by Dr. Normal Ernest Borlaug. You can't blind a peaceful world on empty stomachs and human misery. So I hope today that you learned a little bit more about world hunger, and I hope you take that into consideration when you have an opportunity to participate in one of these events. Thank you.